Acts chapter 2. Acts chapter 2. Verse 1 reads, when the day of Pentecost was fully come, and they were all together with one accord in one place, suddenly there came a sound from heaven as a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting. There appeared unto them cloven tongues, like as of fire, set upon each one of them. And they were all filled with the Holy Ghost, and began to speak with other tongues, as the Spirit gave them utterance. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men, out of every nation under heaven. Now, when this was noticed abroad, the multitude came together. They were confounded because every man heard them speak in their own language. And they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, behold, are not all these which speak Galileans? Now how hear we every man in our own tongue, wherein we were born? Parthenius, and Mede, and Edomus, and the dwellers of Mesopotamia, and in Judah, and in Cappadocia, in Pontus, Asia, Phrygia, and Pamphylia, in Egypt, and every part of Libya, about Cyrene, and stranger, Rome, Jews, and proselytes, Crete and Arabian, we do bear them speak in our tongue the wonderful works of God. They were all amazed and were in doubt, saying one to another, what meaneth this? This is the word of the Lord. May it speak to us in these days. Amen. I want to talk for just a few moments from this thought, a recipe for a miracle. A recipe for a miracle. 50 days have passed. Since the resurrection of Jesus Christ. The Master, having stayed around 40 days with the disciples, preaching and teaching, has caught the cloud and gone back to the Father. It is a few days later, the 11 and some friends and brethren are gathered together in an upper chamber.
That's right.
They are there waiting the promise of God.
All right.
They are there because He said, you shall receive power.
All right now.
After that, the Holy Ghost has come upon you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And maybe they're a little bit different from some of you sitting here looking at me right now, because they know if He said it, it was coming. They know if He promised it, they could bank on it.
Yes, sir.
And ain't it good news to know that whatever God promised you, that He is able to perform? Matter of fact, it is not that God does not lie. It is God don't lie. Matter of fact, since God is truth, if he ever told a lie, it'll become truth the minute it came out of his mouth. They are sitting there, thank you, Lord, waiting on the promise of God. And all of a sudden, they are in this space. All of a sudden, as they talk with one another, as they share their personal experience with the Son of the living God.
Yeah.
All of a sudden now, there is the sound of wind.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't talking with me. No wind, just
The sound.
Y'all ain't talking with me. Child of God, there are some times when you're going to hear the sound, but it might not be any manifestation. You might hear the sound, but you might not feel nothing. Child of God, listen for the sound of God.
Say. Sound.
There's the sound of wind. And then, as quickly as the sound comes, fire shows up.
Yes, sir.
As quickly as the sound arrives, fire shows up.
My Lord.
Looking like, be careful with your words, looking like cloven tongues sitting on their head.
My. Say it.
I've been dealing with that. And now, as they talk, other people from other quadrants in the world start hearing their language being spoken in an upper chamber.
Yeah.
God, you missed something right there. They were whispering. Then they are talking. And now their whispering has turned to talking that has gotten so loud that passers-by can hear what's going on in the upper room. Please don't make me stop right there. I wonder, as we gather in this place, what passers-by are hearing. Are they hearing people satisfied with mediocrity? Are they hearing people waiting for the promise of the Lord? Do they hear folk that have gathered for a banquet, or are they hearing people who have gathered because God is good and his mercy endures forever? I wonder today, what do they hear?
My God.
They are passing by, and the musing from the worship catches them
My Lord.
and draws me one by one. Devout men from Egypt, devout men from Crete, devout men from Rome. One by one, they are coming in.
Yeah.
Meandering in off the street, meandering in out the alleyway, meandering in from Skid Row, meandering in from the halls of the Roman Senate. Can you see them? Meandering in.
Yeah.
Sitting down, wondering, what is it about these men? These country itinerant, ignorant men who've been following a crucified Christ. What is it about these men that have caught our attention?
All right. Go ahead.
And the next thing you know, they've gotten involved in the same worship. And now as they talk, they're calling others. There are some detractors. who are saying the only reason they carry on like that is because they all high. I wish y'all could read the Bible. They bent. They tipsy. Let me see real quick. They white girl wasted.
Go ahead.
Am I in the right house here? Peter said, wait a minute. We're not drunk. But something has happened.
Yeah.
And he has began to declare that this is what we've been waiting on. Not for 50 days.
My.
We haven't been waiting on this for 100 days. We have not been waiting on this for 6 months. We've been waiting on this for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
This is that which was spoken of the prophet. That God said, I'll pour out my spirit on all flesh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's the story. But there are some helpful holy hints for you, First Baptist. If you are going to prosper between now and when you go to the new building. I didn't say if you go. I wish I had 2 or 3 of y'all that believe like me and your pastor and your first lady. I said when you go. Because sometimes you can get so tied up in the process that you forget the promise. I wish I would preach with me. I mean to tell you, you can get so tied up with the city council meetings and so tied up when the money ain't coming like it's supposed to. Preach, Reverend Stewart. So tied up when people that said they're with you begin to walk away because they don't believe the vision. But hold on, there is a promise and a production. There's one thing that jumped out at me. If you're going to be ready, there are some important things you need.
My Lord.
No matter if it's a church building or if it's any promise you're waiting on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, see, I need to talk to a couple people real quick. Maybe you're waiting on God to honor his promise that you'll be an owner and not a renter. Okay, that ain't you. Maybe you're waiting on his promise where he said your children, y'all ain't talking to me, will rise up and call you blessed, and you still waiting. Maybe you're a graduating senior that's waiting to get that real diploma, that real degree, and you don't know how you're going to make it through. Child of God. There are some things that you need to make sure you got in the time between the promise and the problem.
Yes, sir.
First thing you need to make sure that you have is that you got an atmosphere that's right. Touch me, Lord Jesus. It's interesting that the Lord would lay this text when I've known for months that we'd be in this place. It's easy to shout when you're in the sanctuary. But I wish I could get 2 or 3 of you that don't mind being in the banquet hall. I'm preaching like I'm in church. Y'all might well help me like I'm in church. That knows that no matter where the place might be, if the atmosphere is right, worship can be anywhere. Anybody in here ever been in your car and all of a sudden a worship? good to know that wherever I might be, on land or on sea, if Jesus go with me. You got to have the right atmosphere. Am I in the right house? Child of God, the atmosphere, even though this choir has been singing, the atmosphere was not set by a praise and worship center. They didn't have to sing nobody into the atmosphere. They didn't have to speak nothing into the atmosphere. Y'all ain't talking with me here. They didn't have to declare and decree nothing into the atmosphere. Y'all still ain't caught on with me. There comes a time, child of God, when all you need is a few folk that will gather together and think of the goodness. Watch the text. All they were doing was having a do you remember part. That's all they were having, Pastor Bacon, was do you remember part. I eavesdropped, hoping to catch something to tell y'all. And here's what I caught. They were just having a do you remember when he opened the blinded eyes. Do you remember how he unstopped deaf ears? Do you remember? Y'all ain't talking with me. When we stopped by my mother-in-law's house one day, and she was overcome with a fever, and he healed. Y'all ain't talking. Do you remember when he broke fish and loaves and fed starving thousands? Y'all all went to sleep over here. Let me talk over this way. Do you remember when he got your child out of trouble? Do you remember when he rocked you to sleep at night? Do you remember when he wiped tears from your eyes? I wish the day 2 or 3 of you would catch on with me. It's a do you remember part. Here's the best one. Do you remember one Friday he did? Hilltop Calvary. Do you remember that he went in the grave? But do you remember Sunday morning he rose? I ask you again. Do you remember? Here's how my grandmother would say it. My soul look back and walk. Y'all ain't talking about atmosphere. Was right for worship. Am I in the right house here? The atmosphere. It's interesting about this atmosphere because the atmosphere was predicated solely on the fact that the people were thinking and talking about Jesus. Child of God, whenever the people gather together in the Lord's name, no matter where they might be, they ought to make sure that when we gather, the conversation is about Him. I believe that many of the problems that we have with church is that everything is on the agenda but Jesus. And maybe that's why children can't be delivered. Maybe that's why marriages are still breaking up. Maybe that's why sons and daughters are still on drugs. It's because we spend so much time talking about colors, patterns, materials, who's on the board, who's running what, who's the president, who's the secretary. Y'all ain't talking with me. Why don't you say amen so people don't think I'm talking about you? We spend so much time talking about the wrong. But have you and any of your friends ever got together instead of talking gossip, start talking gossip? I was sharing a pastor friend of mine recently. I ought not say this, but since I'm here, I was talking with a pastor friend of mine recently, and I said that we ought to go into every beauty shop in Birmingham in robes and clergy collars and sit down and see what really happens. Because it seems to me that more business of the church is done in the beauty shop. Y'all ain't talking with me. I went too far. But what would happen if we would get together and talk about God and not gossip? If we would get together and do like this first century church, would in our gatherings just remember and recapitulate and rehearse over and over again the goodness that the Lord has already done for us. I was listening. I'm moving on. I was listening as the music ministry was singing. Every song had a lilt of gratitude.
That's right.
Did y'all hear that?
Yes, sir.
It seems like the director and the music director got together and said, if nothing else, we want to create an atmosphere of thanksgiving.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I got a problem. Because although the atmosphere was right, sometimes we are our own worst enemy. Which leads me to my second point. Because even though the atmosphere is right, the audience got to be ready. Child of God, when these people gathered, they gathered and they are blessed because they were ready.
Yes, sir.
For a blessing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Child of God, I contend today that part of the reason why many of our prayers go unheard is because we're not really ready for God to blow your mind. We try to contrain God. We try to restrain God to our little bitty thing. Something that we can manage. Have you not heard that God wants to bless you till you don't have room?
Go ahead.
I mean, why ask God for small things? Caesar Clark said it this way: you're going to ask God for something, don't take a matchbox. Take a boxcar.
My Lord, say it.
Now unto him that's able. Where y'all Bible study for that? To do exceeding and abundantly above the audience got to be ready. Child of God, we sitting around here clapping. But I really want to know, First Baptist, are you ready? See if I can dig this out. Are you ready for God to put people in your path that don't look like you? Did y'all hear what I just said? Men and women that ain't from your hood. Sons and daughters that didn't go to Woodlawn. Are you ready for God to call in people that don't speak your language? Are you ready for a sign language ministry? Are you ready Y'all ain't talking with me. For a Espanol ministry. Are you ready? For a psychiatric ministry. Are you ready? For a real health ministry. And while you sitting talking about what the children doing, are you ready for a real youth ministry? Before you get mad at me, the text suggests you can't wait till they get there to get ready. Pastor, if I'm messing up, please tell me. The text suggests that the fire came and then the crowd showed up. Reverend Mitchell, the fire didn't show up when the crowd showed up. The fire showed up when it was just a few people talking about the goodness of the Lord. The audience inside was ready, but the audience outside was ready. We're still asking the question. I've been up here too long. We're still asking the question: how to reach the masses, men of every hurt. Doggone it! Did you not catch the next line? For the answer, Jesus gave the key. They're writing books every day about millennials going to church. Y'all ain't talking with me. But the reality is, it's not that millennials aren't going. The reality is they're listening, but the church ain't always saying.
Help us today. Help us. Help us.
Okay, let me see if I can say it again. The audience inside was ready.
Yes, sir.
But the audience outside was also ready.
Yeah.
How do you know it, Reverend? Because when they heard, they responded.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They heard in their own language.
Well, they were not hearing Amazing Grace in the language of their grandparents who had grown up in Babylon.
Yeah.
I wish y'all could read the Bible. But they did understand the language of Rome where they grew up.
Yes, sir.
When they heard the music of the chord, they knew something was calling them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, that didn't make sense. Let me try it again. The gospel does not have to be tweaked.
That's right. That's right.
It's good on its own.
That's right.
But what does have to be tweaked is the language that we put out the delivery. So don't get mad when you see folk online. Amen. You got to have the fire in you to deliver even when you can't control.
My Lord, say it.
It's funny that they didn't even know what they were doing until it was done.
Glory to God.
Y'all,
Yes, sir.
can you imagine being in the room and it's 11 of y'all, and then all of a sudden it's 3,000 of y'all?
My.
Y'all ain't talking with me.
Go ahead.
From every quarter, now they're hanging off the chandelier. All right. The audience inside was ready. The audience outside was ready. But there's always an audience that ain't ready that got problems. Did y'all see that audience? It don't take all of that. Y'all see that audience? What we doing all this for? Y'all see that audience?
Yes, sir.
They on your timeline, children.
Yes, sir.
All you doing is talking about God.
You right.
They in your inbox.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't talking with me.
Yeah.
They're trolling everywhere.
Yeah.
Is that the right language?
Yes,
Trying to distract you. But have they not understood that God got a promise on you?
My Lord, help us today.
They can troll, but they can't tamper with it.
My Lord.
They can upset, but they can't unhinge.
My Lord.
Be aware of the naysayers who are telling you, Pastor Maker, maybe we don't need
My Lord.
this new place.
Say
The old place.
Be cautious. Those who want you to down. God wants you to move.
My Lord.
Move your feet as He grows your faith.
Yeah.
But I want to say one last word about the addition. The addition in this text is seen at the end of the sermon.
Oh, yeah.
Worship has been on a high. Worship has been moving in a spiritual climax.
Oh, yeah.
The last thing that that happens in this worship is that Peter starts preaching.
Yes, sir.
And it's amazing what God has done in the folds of this text.
Yeah.
To understand what God has done, you've got to go back almost to the beginning.
Oh, yeah. Sit.
At the Tower of Babel, there is a problem going on.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is.
Do I have a witness here? Man in his own mind thinks that he is on God's level. And he has decided to build a tower all the way up to heaven. And God sees a problem here that if they keep on whatever they put their mind to, they're going to accomplish it. But the problem is they're going to accomplish it and pat their own self on the back. Y'all ain't praying with me. And God went down himself and confused their language. But if you come on back in the upper room, the confusion that God did in Babel, he undoes it in the upper room. And now the men and women who are gathered there are not bragging on themselves. They're bragging on God. So next year when we have this service in the new building, instead of bragging on Pastor Maker, instead of bragging on yourself, we can say, look at what the Lord has done. Good afternoon, children. We'll see you around the way, but hold on a little while longer. I'm going to say it like I began. Everything is going to be all right. Will you shout glory? Hallelujah. Glory. Hallelujah. I can't see it now, but glory. Hallelujah. I've got my promise in my hand. Make sure you got the right atmosphere. Make sure you got the right audience. And then let the Lord do the addition. And the Lord added such as would be saved. Maybe today the Lord is saying to you that He wants to add you. He wants to add you by way of baptism. That means that, listen, you've not had an experience before. Maybe He wants to add you by way of uniting with this body. Maybe He wants to add you by way of your rededication. However the Lord wants to add you, maybe He wants to add you from the sideline to the field. So today, if you are in any one of these four places, let the Lord add you to His program. And you'll be able to declare, not by any goodness of my own, but because of God's grace. I made it this far. Matter of fact, it was grace that brought me safe thus far. An invitation to Christian discipleship is extended. As the choir sings, come on. You can come. As a candidate for baptism, by letter, by restoration, you can come. Behold, stand at the door. If you are here now, harden not your heart. If you'll open the door, I'll believe. I'll suffer. I'll be your God. Allow you to be my peace. Today is the day of salvation. Harden not your heart. You come.